Well, guys, as Sunday is coming to a close, we now have the box office numbers for the weekend for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and it looks like it's ready to finish off the weekend with somewhere around 110 million. Okay, so going into the weekend, we saw all sorts of forecasts. Low end of 80, high end of 130 to 140. Disney, from what we learned in the last 24 to 36 hours, internally was looking at 85 max. So obviously they always play safe and sort of conservative just because it looks better to everybody, including their shareholders. They almost never tried to overestimate. The top end was, again, 130 to 140. That's if it overperformed. Most people, as of yesterday, once we officially got the Friday numbers and some Saturday numbers, we're looking at around 95 to 100. 110 is honestly, I think, exactly where most people pegged it, right there in the middle. And across the board, it seems like pretty much everybody's reporting that they're satisfied with it. Now, naturally, it's the biggest of the Ant-Man franchise, so it makes sense. And it's also yet another MCU film and another Marvel Studios property coming on the verge of the last one, which just came out in November, and of course the release of Black Panther on Disney+. Whether that had any bearing on anything, we obviously don't know, but it's doing about as expected, I would say. Now, of course, the big thing here is, did Sunday overperform because of word of mouth from fans coming out of it, because they're not saying it's a 3 or 4 out of 10 like some critics are? And is this going to carry over into the second weekend, I think, is a big factor here, because you never know with these things. For all we know, it might have a standard drop-off of 65 to 70%, or it could have a bigger drop-off because people don't like it and they're telling others they don't like it. Again, it's been sort of a mixed bag with this film. Again, I never grade things with a number grade or anything like that, but I put up a poll on our community side of things, and I saw most people say it's like a 7 or an 8, and I'd be inclined to sort of go along with that. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the worst. I think it's there. It's certainly the second best Ant-Man film, I would say, and I think a lot of people carry that sentiment as well. So we'll see how this goes, and if these numbers get revised in the next 24 hours, because there always is a chance when Disney confirms it, either Monday or Tuesday. But we'll talk about that when we get there. And of course, the second weekend is really going to be telling for this film and what the reviews mean, if anything, these days. So we'll come back to talking about that. But yeah, 110 million, slightly above what most people thought.